Um, what happened? What is this place? Did you push the wrong button? Again?
Right, yes, sorry.
Does this mean you have absolutely no idea where we are right now?
We fell out of the vortex, through the void into nothingness. We're in some sort of no place.
Oh my God. You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. What? Oh! Look at my hair! Oh, it's beautiful!
Oh, is this 1953?
No, I don't think so. This is more like the 70s. Oh my gosh, we're at the 70s. I love the 70s. I have to stay here for a day. Oh my gosh.
Listen, lovely to catch up, but better be off, eh?
Yeah, you better go, but thank you for the ride, and I'll see you soon, okay? Bye! Hi, hello, and welcome! Welcome to this special video for Doctor Who series number 2. I don't know why I just did this. I am so excited. Oh my gosh. Series number 2. And before we get into today's video, first of all, how did you like the sketch? Yay! I'm so sorry. I'm pretty sure it is cringe-worthy AF. But it was just an idea, just like with the prank from the other video, something that came to my mind one day and that I just had to do. I don't know how it's turning out in the end, but the idea sounded great. Oh gosh. If it's really cheesy, please forgive me. I can't help myself. When I get those ideas, I just have to do them. And also, maybe you already saw my new hair. It is so short right now, see? It's very short right now. But this is something that I wanted to do for such a long time, for years. But I never really had the guts to do it. And now I did. And this is the result. Yay! I hope you do like it. I really hope you do, because I love it. Have to figure out how to treat this hair, because it's very different to have short hair with the styling and everything. But we're gonna get there someday. Okay, and now let's get straight into the video. I don't know why I'm doing all this today. I'm so excited. I don't know, I can't help myself. We are going to talk about everything. We have so many topics. We're going to talk about season number 2. We're going to talk about the episodes. I have a whole list on this paper with stuff that I want to talk about. And we also do have your questions that I'm going to answer today. Yay! The first category is little things about the channel. We're gonna get into the YouTube stuff, but first I got little topics here and there about the channel that you will want to know. At least I hope so. The first thing is something about the future of this channel and what you can expect in 2022. What is very certain is that Doctor Who is going to continue on this channel, and there will be nothing changed about that. There will not be changed any times or any dates. It's always going to be Saturday at 4 p.m. That is set. But around that topic, there are going to be so many more things that you can expect that are going to be so great. And I'm already looking forward to them. First of all, I am going to watch the classic episodes this year. There has been a little problem because the episodes are not really available in Germany or in Europe or like anywhere in the world except of the UK. And I had problems to figure out a solution to finally be able to watching them because I really want to see them. And now Andrew, my moderator, has found a solution and I'm finally able to watch the classic episodes. So in addition to the new Who episodes, there are going to be certain classic episodes this year, here and there sprinkled in. They will not come regular. They will be there sometimes and then there won't be there because this is not going to be an ongoing feature. But there will be episodes every now and then. And you don't have to ask me anything about the classic episodes, which ones I'm watching, in which order I'm watching them, like anything, because I don't know nothing about this. This is all planned by my moderator Andrew, who has a list of classic episodes that he's going to recommend me from time to time. So I have no clue, and I will be as surprised as you will be, I hope. But you can already look forward to this. In addition to that, maybe some of you have noticed, not many I guess, that I do have already another ongoing show, like ongoing for a few episodes, which is The Walking Dead, which not many of you are watching. That's totally fine with me. But as soon as The Walking Dead is going to be finished, and there are only 8 episodes of the ongoing season, and then there will be a break of a few months. And in between that break, there will be another show replacing The Walking Dead. I don't know which day, if it will be Monday, Tuesday, I don't know, maybe Sunday. I don't know that yet. But you can already look forward to it. And I will not tell you which show this will be, but it will have something to do with aliens. That's all I'm gonna say for now. And in addition to that, every now and then there are also gonna be movies. So this channel will have the whole package for you on YouTube on the one side and on Patreon on the other side, and you can watch as much stuff as you want to watch. And I hope this makes you as happy as it makes me, because this is so cool and I'm already looking forward to it. This is gonna be great. Oh, and also in June there will be a video game which I'm thinking about playing on the channel too. It would be a special story-driven game, which I'm really looking forward to. And maybe I'm gonna include a let's play. But don't you worry, this is not gonna get a gaming channel or anything, but you know me, I'm creative. I do different stuff and I want to try out different things. So it might be. But we're gonna have to wait till June until I'll be able to buy this game. Okay, now I want to show you a little something that I made, and I'm very proud of what I did do there, so I just want to show it to you. I have already mentioned my Patreon channel, but I've never talked about this little gimmick that I included in there, and I just want to tell you because I'm really proud that I finally set it up, because it was very hard to do. Okay, here we are on my Patreon page, and whenever you're subscribing to my Patreon page, to the Sir Doctor of TARDIS, you will get this little box here that says Discord community. And I don't know if you already know Discord, but for all of you who are on the $4 or €4.50 tier, this is something that you will get in addition to the videos. Because I love you guys, okay? You are so kind and nice people, and I don't know, whenever I go to the comment section, I'm just happy about what you are writing and telling me and everything, and I just want everyone to get even closer and maybe like find new friends and stuff, and that is why I made this. So this is it. This is my Discord server. Here you find every category that you can go to, and for all of you who do not know Discord, this is a place where you can, like, we do have two categories. We do have the text channels and we do have the talking channels, where you can, like, with a headset and a microphone, you can come in here and you can talk to different people. There are also the numbers written in the back of the line, how many people can be in there. So you can go to a channel where there are only allowed 2 people if you want to stay in private, or 20 or 5 if you want to talk with more people. And over here we do have several text message channels. We have this is the important thing that I'm going to explain. We have a spoiler section and a non-spoiler section. The non-spoiler section is where I'm going to be. Every now and then I'm going to reply and read your messages. Please do not spoil anything on here. Just rely on the episodes that I have already seen. And if you want to spoiler anything, this is the right thing for you. In here, you guys can talk about every episode, whatever. I'm never going to go in there. I'm never going to look it up. You can talk about anything regarding Doctor Who. Then we have a classic episode one, mods only one. This is something that you will not see if you are not a mod. We have a memes channel where you can post Doctor Who memes. And there is also a differentiation between spoilery and non-spoilery memes. We have a community room where you can just chat movies and TV shows, like other movies and TV shows, books and recipes. And this is going to be a place where our community can really build, and I really hope that this is going to work out. If you are a patron and you are trying to go to the channel and it doesn't work, please tell me in the comments under my latest video, then I will get back to you. But I hope, it should work. It really should. I set it up correctly, but I had no chance to try it out. So if it doesn't work in the beginning, please don't be angry at me. Just write me a message, or on Patreon, you can write me a message, and I'm gonna try and do something about this. But I hope it'll work. Next topic. Many of you have commented under my finale video that you guys do have a name for this cutie. And you have sent me so many lovely names that I cannot and I do not want to decide what name the sheep shall get. And this is why I made a poll for you guys, where you can decide how this sheep is going to be named. This is so funny. Okay, you're just gonna sit here. I'm going to post a link to the poll under this video in the description down below. And then you can go there and you can vote for a name. I will tell you right now which names those are going to be. Okay. All of them chosen by you. First name. Face of Ba. Ba, like how the sheeps make Ba. Face of Ba. This is such a funny name. This is the first contestant. The second one is called... Those names, you guys, those names are the best. Dr.Who. Like a mother sheep. You. Dr.Who. The third name is MJ. The person that wrote that comment told me that I do not need to know why they chose the name MJ. I do not know. Please don't spoil this, but this name is also on the list. The fourth name is Blinky, because all of the episodes are over in the blink of an eye, like very fast. And the last and fifth name is the name Flossie. That sounds really cute. And here is the poll. Here you can see all of those 5 names, and you can go there and you can vote for one of them. This is vote. This green button means vote. And then you're also going to see how other people voted and which name is the first, the second, and the third, and so on. Link is down below in the description. This is so crazy. Okay. The next category is going to be about you. About the questions that you sent are about the second series. And with those questions, we're also going to talk about Doctor Who. I have also prepared a little surprise, but I'm not gonna tell right now. Unfortunately, there is no like special episode that I can watch with you this time, because between series 1 and series 2 there is no special episode. There will be one between series 2 and series 3, but this time there is just no. Here are your questions. Question number 1. Also, before we get into the questions, I was asking you guys whether you wanted your name to be mentioned or not. You could use the hashtag it's okay, and then I will mention your name. So if I don't do this, this means the person doesn't want their name to be mentioned. The first question is one where I can't tell the name because it was not actually posted under the question video, but under another video like 2 or 3 episodes before that. But I also took that question into the special episode because I want to answer it. But I don't want to mention the name because I don't know if I can do it. The question is, what is your favorite type of episode? Historical, in the present day, or futuristic? I actually have thought a lot about this question because I wanted to answer it. And I did come up with a solution, but it was very hard for me because I couldn't really decide. There were so many good episodes. If you look at this series, I mean, for example, we had the werewolf episode, which took place in the past and was a really strong episode. But then we had an episode like The Idiot's Lantern, for example, which took also place in the past. But that wasn't such a good episode, or at least I didn't like it as much. I will say also the very same thing goes for like present day or future episodes. But overall, in general, I would say the episodes that I do like the most or do enjoy the most are the ones that take place in the present or in the near present. like, let's say, I don't know, 20 to 30 years in the future or in the past or in the very present day, and do have some kind of something that doesn't belong in this world. Like, for example, aliens or monsters in our normal world that we do know, like our normal life, and then there comes something that doesn't belong in this world. I think that is the one thing that I do like the most, is mixture of our reality and something else. The next question is from Mr. Brit. He asks, which of the monsters or enemies that you have seen so far have been your favorite, best, worst, scariest? Which would you like to see again in future episodes? I have made a little list because there were so many questions in that one that I can't really remember everything, so I wrote it down. The best or favorite monsters of mine are, and I was taking like every single monster of both of the series, not only the series number 2. But the best monsters so far were, that I liked most, were the mannequins of the first episode of the Rose episode. I really like them because I'm really afraid of mannequins. And I mean, this very first scene where Rose goes down to the cellar to look for this man that's not there, and the mannequins start to move and everything is creepy. I really like the atmosphere, and and this scene was drawing me into the Doctor Who story, and it really clicked with this episode. Because every one of you knows that before starting Doctor Who, I was talking about how I would want to watch 5 to 6 episodes to maybe get a picture of the show and maybe figure out if I want to continue the show or not. But this first episode was so good, and a part of that, a big part, were the mannequins that really scared and shocked me, that I was like drawn into this world from the very start. So the mannequins are one of my favorite monsters, but not the only one. Also, the werewolf. I know CGI and not the best and everything, but I mean, this picture there, I mean, come on, that says everything. It's the only picture that I printed out in 2 series. And I really love that scene. I love it to bits. Where the Doctor is on one side of the wall and the werewolf on the other side of the wall. Both of them are listening to each other. That is the best. That's one of the best scenes in the whole Doctor universe from series 1 and 2. But the tension, you could grab it in that moment. And also the other scenes with the werewolf and the sounds that it made. And I love everything about it. And that was just great. And the really funny thing about the werewolf is also that, I mean, all of you guys know by now that I'm a big Buffy fan. And in Buffy, although it's called Buffy the Vampire Slayer, there are all kinds of creatures over those 7 seasons, also werewolves. But in Buffy, I never liked the werewolves, and this is my most favorite show of all time. But in Doctor Who, I really liked it because I don't know, it was done so well. It just worked for me. The next monster that I really loved, and just thinking about it brings the smile to my face, was the Satan of Satan's Pit. I mean, do you remember that scene? Where there is the little itsy bitsy teeny weeny Doctor standing in front of this big beast, looking so angry and so satanic. Oh my gosh. That was the best word I could come up with, but you know what I mean. Ah, that scene. It impressed me so much. Again, CGI are not the best, but it doesn't matter. It was just great. It was just great. And there is no argument about it. Great. Done. And the very last of the monsters that I really loved, well, I don't know if maybe some of you can guess it. That would be this very good looking and great performing actor. This was my favorite monsters of all of them. Oh my gosh, look at this face. Those expressions. Oh, I was talking about this when we watched the episode for so long because I just admire this actor and the role was so good, and he is my most favorite monster of the whole show. Until now. I don't know what will happen in the future, but it's gonna be a hard one. Okay, next category, the worst monsters for me. I think with this one, many of you will kind of have the same opinion. The worst monsters, the first that I wrote down, were the Slovene. Slovene? I don't know if I pronounced this name correctly. The Slovene. They were a funny idea. But the execution of the episode wasn't that good. And also the farting really, that wasn't necessary. It made those aliens look like fools. And I don't know, I didn't like them. It was another thing with the second Alien episode, like the third Alien episode actually, with only Blanc. That episode was a bit more serious, and also her character had a bit more seriousness. I liked her more, but I'm talking about the aliens from the very first two-part Aliens in London. I really didn't like them and how they were portrayed. Also, I didn't really like the monster from the episode Love and Monsters. You remember the guy that could like inhale people and then their faces appeared all over his body, like he devoured them. And I know that this monster got created by a little girl. And I'm so sorry, little girl. I don't think that you will watch his reaction. But if you do, I'm so sorry. It's not your fault. I haven't seen the original picture until this day. I don't know if it is on the internet, and I don't know if it was the little girl's idea to put the faces on the body, or if this was an addition of the producers. Because the monster itself wasn't that ugly, but the face, I really don't want to think about this. This was just icky. I didn't like it at all. I'm sorry, little kid. I'm really sorry. And the last monster that I really didn't like was the spider one in the Christmas episode. Oh my gosh. Maybe some of you noticed by watching my reaction to it, but I couldn't even look at it. Those legs and oh my gosh, and it's a spider, and I think I have talked enough about this, but it was just so gross, and I really hope it's gone. I hope there is no episode and no spoilers where we will have to meet him or his little tiny children ever again. Like, do you remember the scene of Harry Potter? There is one scene with spiders also. Oh my gosh, that was just cruel. I can't watch this scene till this day. I can't. I'm not able to. I hate spiders. With one exception, Lucas the spider, he's cute. Okay, next category, scariest monster. Scariest monster. Also, the werewolf. I have already talked about this. This was also one of the scariest monsters because, like I just said, not only the monster, but the sound effects. And on the one side, the sounds from the monster, and on the other side, the silence that was there when the people were in the room. And the wolf was so quiet. And oh, that was just great. Also, another scary monster, which I think, for me personally, are the Cybermen. And the Cybermen, not because of their looks or what they are able to do, but because of what they do represent. The slavery of humanity by technical devices. That is one of the most scariest things I can think about. And that is the reason why the Cybermen and what they represent is really scary to me. I mean, not only in the show, but in reality too. And then of course, another monster that I already mentioned, the Satan one. I mean, if that's not scary, then what is scary? I mean, what's scarier than Satan himself? I can't think of anything, except spiders maybe. But the Satan one was really, really scary. Also because it was so big. I mean, we all know that that Satan is the most powerful being on earth besides God. There are also shows who are portraying Satan, and they show him as a normal person. And the power is only inside of him, and you can only imagine what he can do. But seeing this big and scary monster made you already know that he has power and that he should never be freed. Otherwise, can't guarantee for anything. And the last category was, which monsters do I want to see again? And here is a little surprise. One kind of monster that I really would want to see again are the Ood. And the reason for that is because I really think in the episode that we have seen them in, they were kind of like not represented well enough for my liking. I mean, we got to know them as some kind of slave race who do everything for the people, and then they were turned by Satan, and they haven't been themselves anymore. And I would really love to get to know the Ood, get to know how that happened, that they became a race of slave aliens to other people, or to get to know what serving other people gives to them. And is there a variety in their character, or are they all the same? Are they as boring as we have seen them in the episode because all they did their whole life was serving other people? I really want to know if there is another side to the Ood, the serving side and the actual character of an Ood. And I really wanted to see that. So maybe there will be a chance in the future that we will see them again and get to know more about their story. I would love to see that. The next monster that I do want to see again is Blonde. And the reason for that is because she could end up as everything. As, I don't know. All we know is that she will be reborn on her planet. And then she will grow up and be like what? The same kind of alien again? Will she have the same face, the same character traits? Or will she be totally different because she will be raised by a kind alien family and not a war-wanting family of aliens? I don't know. I really want to know how her story will continue. And I really would love to see her maybe sometime save the Doctor from a threat, because she like turned to the good side. And in one episode, maybe the Doctor is struggling to do something and is about to die, and then she will appear with her alien friends or family or whatever, because they are now saving other people that are suffering, or something like that. Would be very interesting for me to see, and I hope it will happen, but I don't know. And the last monster that I do want to see again, of course, it's Giles. I'm so sorry I'm calling him Giles, but you know who I mean. And I really, really, really do want to see him again. Oh my gosh, I would be so happy. I would scream, and I don't know what I would do. And please, no spoilers in the comments. I want to be totally surprised about if he ever comes back. Don't want to read anything about this. Okay, this was a very long question with a very long answer. The other questions are not going to be so long, but I really do want to answer them properly, so that's what I do. That's what I'm here for. We do have a question of Steve. Steve asks, if you had a choice, would you travel with Chris Ecclestone Doctor or David Tennant? And if you only had one trip, would you want to go to another planet, Earth's future, or Earth's past? Okay, first of all, Chris or David's Doctor? The answer is very simple. Although I really admire Christopher for his acting. He is the best Doctor actor that I have ever seen. I know I only do know those two, but he's the better actor. But if it wasn't for the acting, but for the actually traveling with the Doctor, I'm totally on David's side. Totally. This is not even a difficult decision, because I love David to bits. He is portraying the Doctor so good, and he is, I don't know, when he smiles, my heart smiles. Is that reason enough? Next question. Yeah, if I only had one trip, would I want to go to another planet, Earth's future, or Earth's past? I would want to stay on Earth. I would prefer to see the Earth's future. I am a very, very, very curious person. I want to know everything. And what I really do want to know, how the world is going to look in 100, in 200, in 300, in 1,000 years. I do want to know. And that is what bugs me the most. When I think about that I'm not going to be there forever. It's actually my curiosity that I'm never going to be able to find out what the Earth will look like one day. And this is so hard for me to accept that fact. So if I had a time machine, this would be the first thing where I would want to go. I don't know how much into the future, but if I had only one trip, I think I would go like, I don't know. See, the thing is, if I go too much into the future, the Earth will not exist anymore. Because if I would really love to see how the world will be in like 20,000 years. But will it still be there? And then I'm like traveling there 20,000 times into the future, and there's no Earth anymore, and I cannot visit another time. So I won't go too much into the future. I guess, I don't know, 500 to 1,000 years into the future, I think. Yeah, let's say 1,000. I do have faith in humanity that we will survive not 1,000 years. I'm not really sure about that, but I do have the faith. So let's go 1,000 years into the future. There is no money back guarantee, I guess, right? If I go there and there will be nothing left. Okay, the next question is from an anonymous person asking, considering the age of the show, how do you avoid spoilers? Plus, are you familiar with classic Who? Okay, how do I avoid spoilers? Well, I do have my methods. First of all, I am not going to the internet, Googling anything about Doctor Who. And if I do, because you might wonder how this picture got on my computer then, are certain like thumbnails from my videos, I always write season 1 or season 2 into the Google search. I know this is not 100% either, and I'm not watching the web stuff. I'm going to pictures directly, and I'm only looking through the first 20 to 30 pictures, and then I stop because the further down you get, the more other things will also appear. Until now, it has always worked. I never got spoiled with anything. And if it's not for pictures on my computer and also on my phone, if I'm looking for pictures like, for examples like this one, I'm never writing Doctor Who in the title. I'm only writing David Tennant. And then there will be pictures, the private pictures of him first, before there are going to be any Doctor Who pictures. Or sometimes I do write David Tennant series too. That also works. So I'm very, very, very cautious with the internet. I am not looking up anything about Doctor Who, like ever. There is also this one hashtag on Twitter, like every, I don't know, second or third week in the month, where it says hashtag Whovians. And I am so curious because I really want to find out what they're talking about, but I never go there because I don't want to get spoiled. And on the YouTube comment section, thank you, Andrew. You are the reason why I didn't get spoiled, like ever, because he's going through the comment section, and when he has read every single message, he messages me via email and tells me the emails from those persons are safe for you to read, and there are still this and this comment by this and this person. I am trying to tell them that they have to edit the comments. They're not safe for you to read yet, so please do not read them yet. I'll tell you when they will be safe. And then he asks those people kindly if they will like change their comments so that they are safe for me to read. And then he will answer me, this and that person has now changed the comments. You can now go there, read and answer, reply to it. On my Patreon page, I do not have any moderator yet. But I do think that I will be pretty safe on Patreon, because if people are actually paying money to see my reactions, I think that they really want me to go into the reactions and not be spoiled. They are actually paying money for seeing those reactions, so they want their quality. And one big factor of this quality is that I go into the reactions blind. So I guess it's not really difficult on Patreon to not get spoiled. Until now. Maybe if there will be more Patreons in the future, I will have to get a moderator for that too. But we're not there yet. It's okay. Yeah, that's how I avoid spoilers. And are you familiar with Classic Who? I guess I did answer this question in the beginning of my video when I was talking about how I will watch classic episodes this year. So yes, I am familiar with them. There was only the problem that I couldn't watch them in my country. Not even with VPN. Wasn't possible, but now it will be, at least I hope so. Fingers crossed. Next question from Mrs. Mommy. Which of the two series have you preferred? I have preferred, this is a very short answer, series 2. Although I really loved Christopher Eccleston, and I still love him to bits. But the second series was better than the first one. For various reasons. If I start this right now, I'm gonna talk for hours, so I'm not gonna get into this. But I guess most of you do have the same opinion about that. The next question actually is from Andrew, from my moderator. What has surprised you about Doctor Who so far? So this includes, this is what I'm reading out of it, this includes Series 1 and Series 2. And what really has me surprised the most, I guess this one is a very obvious one, that was the changing of the main character in the Series 1 finale. That was the most shocking and most surprising thing of them all. I have never been so surprised in any, no, Buffy also had one of those kind of surprises where you gotta be kidding me, those kind of surprises. And with Doctor Who, it was the changing from one doctor to the other, and then getting to know that this is a thing that they do on the show. That this is not a one-time thing, but it will actually gonna happen every now and then in the show. I mean, I knew that the companions would change every now and then. I didn't know, and I didn't even think about it with Doctor Who. I mean, you could think about, wow, the show already has, I don't know, I don't even know if this is right. See how not much I do know about Doctor Who. I think it has 13 series, the new Who one, but I'm not sure about that. And I could have thought about, wow, 13 series for one character to stay there from the start to the end. But then again, there is Supernatural. I mean, I haven't seen all the seasons of Supernatural. Maybe this could be also a show that I will watch someday in the future. I have seen 7 seasons and then I have stopped. And back to the actors. But I think that both of the actors do not change until the end. So I thought, okay, maybe Doctor Who is kind of the same thing. And I haven't thought about this. So that was the most surprising of them all. And another thing that really surprised me about Doctor Who was the range of sceneries, of times, of emotions, of worlds, of like everything that you get in the series. This show, if you start an episode, you never know what you're going to get into. With other shows, you know that when you have seen the first season, in the first episodes, there are going to be the characters established and you get to know them and how they are and how the story is going to go. And then this is the base for the future seasons and they will build on this. But with Doctor Who, it doesn't feel like this, like with other shows. But with Doctor Who, it feels like all over the place. You never know what to expect. It's like a Kinder surprise. Like this little egg with the chocolate around it. You open it, you never know what's inside of it. It's just, I don't know. It's great. I just looked out the word. It's like a grab bag. This is the word for the English word for that, what I'm thinking about in German. It's a strange word. It doesn't really sound very wow. I mean, it's in German. It's called, if you like translate it literally, it's called miracle bag. This is so much more yay than grab bag. Maybe I'm getting this wrong. Maybe the internet is fooling me. I don't know. But miracle bag is, I don't know. I like it more. Yeah, but that is what really surprised me about Doctor Who, the range of stuff and also of emotions. From very happy to very sad to very angry to everything. There's everything. And I had no clue that the show would be so good with it. And it's so rare that a show is able to portray all of those different feelings in such a great way. Most of the times, most shows are good with one thing, like a comedy show, for example, and you can laugh a lot. But when it comes to the more serious stuff, to the like sad stuff, they're not very good with this. And sometimes the other way around. You have a show where, like a drama series or something, but they're not really good with the comedy. Buffy, as another example, is also good with everything. This is also like a mixed bag of everything, like a miracle bag, a grab bag, okay? I don't want to learn the wrong words here. Yeah, but this is what really surprised me about Doctor Who. Next question is from Brian Britton, and he asked, you were a big fan of Rose. Not everyone is. It may surprise you. And this really surprises me. I mean, I have heard of another reactor who doesn't really like Rose. But it really surprises me that there are more people who really don't like Rose, because she's great. She is great. I love her and I'll always love her. I don't know why people would want to hate her or something. There are as many options. Oh, there are as many opinions amongst Whovians than stars in the galaxy about doctors and companions. Yeah. I think this is very true, because only over those two series I can think about so many opinions that people could have. Only about certain episodes people do have 1,000 opinions, so I think that's true. He goes on, is your Doctor so far now 9 or maybe moving on to 10? And I'm gonna answer this one first. Like I said before, when it comes to the acting, clearly it is Christopher. When it comes to I really love watching the episodes where he stars, it's David. So if I should pick a favorite Doctor, it would be David. I'm sorry, Christopher. I'm really sorry. And do you think it's okay for Doctors past or present to be romantic with companions? I know you like a bit of romance, as often girls do more than guys. Haha. Romance. Is it okay for Doctors? Yes. Yes, of course it's okay. Give me that romance. I want romance. No, it's really... I would love to see that. I mean, we had a bit of it in this Girl on the Fireplace episode, but I don't know. You know how I feel about that one? But whenever there was like a moment between Rose and the Doctor, I was sitting there like, oh, like a little girl, 16 again. And I wished they like, yeah, when they kissed in the finale, oh my gosh, that kiss. I know that it didn't mean like the same for her than for the Doctor. Or maybe, I don't know if it meant something for her because she was not she when she got kissed. I don't know, but that moment was, oh, that was such a great moment. And Yes, the short answer is yes. Give me that romance. And then we do have another question from Kevin Jones. Do you prefer Doctor Number 9 or Doctor Number 10? I think you already know this answer, David. And the last question that I'm going to answer is one that I got from several people. Many of you do want to know. I can mention one name because there is one hashtag, Amy, and 2 other people do want to know which are my favorite episodes or 2-parters or least favorite episodes of series number 2. And to answer that question, I have prepared a little something. Be right back. I have prepared a little presentation for my least and most favorite episodes of the second series. We are going to start this one with episodes that I didn't like that much. You can see it right there. And my least favorite episodes of this series is... it's Fear Her. This is actually my least favorite episodes of the whole series. And I do feel really sorry, also with all those other episodes that people really love and I don't. But please be kind and friendly also to me, because we have different opinions. We are human beings and our opinions are allowed to differ. And this is my opinion. You can have another one. That's totally fine. Okay. Yeah, for me, Fear Her was one of the more boring episodes. There was much going on, like really, and I have already talked about it when we watched the actual episode, that the concept of somebody or a kid drawing pictures that come to life could have been so much more. They really didn't do something with the idea. They kind of tried, but I don't know, it just wasn't for me. I mean, if you imagine, this kid could have drawn anything and anything could have come to life. Or disappear. That could have been so much more. You could have gone totally creative. And normally the people that, the writers of Doctor Who are so creative. So I'm a little bit disappointed that they didn't really live up to my expectations. Yeah, could have been so good. Okay, my next least favorite episode was also one that many of you didn't really like, and that's the Idiot's Lantern, the one where people watch TV and then lose their faces. And there was the father that was terrorizing the family. And I had a lot of discussions under that episode, down in the comments, about the behavior of the father, because I was very against everything that he did and said, and against Rose, sending the young boy to his father in the end when he got kicked out of the house. And some of you people did understand the father's side, and you said that he came from war and he was probably traumatized and everything. And yeah, you are right too. And also you said that in this time there was no psychiatric treatment or anything that he could have gone to, because he was living through PTSD or something like that from the war. I'm sorry if you can hear the sounds, that's my cat. And And although I do agree on everything that you said, I am still there with my viewpoint that it was so wrong of the father. And maybe he could have talked about all of this with his wife and she could like helped him through that. I don't know. It's a very difficult one. But I still do think it was wrong from Rose in the end to send the boy after the father. I mean, some of you were saying, again, those discussion in the comments was pure gold from your side because you like showed me so many other possibilities or points of views. That was just brilliant. And this is why I love making YouTube videos and talking about all of that happening with you guys. And some of you said that even Rose had a reason to send the boy after the dad because she has like dad issues herself and she struggles with the thought that she lost her dad and she doesn't want that to happen to the boy and everything. I mean, I do get that. I do really get that. But like I said, I'm acknowledging what you were saying, but my viewpoint doesn't change. And it also doesn't change the rating for the episode because it was not my favorite one. Okay, the next one that I didn't really like is this one, New Earth. And this was an early one in the season. I can't remember which episode this was, but it was very early. It was either the first or the second episode in the series. And I don't know what to say. I don't even have like... I can't even explain why I didn't really like the episode so much. It just didn't like click with me. It just didn't give me the right feeling. And I really liked how in the end all of those people that were held captive there, they like were saved by the Doctor. That scene was great, but the overall episode was nothing that I liked too much. But again, I don't have much to say about this one. For this next one, I need you to sit down somewhere. Don't continue watching this video while standing somewhere. Just sit down and please remind yourself of how much you do actually like me and that no matter what happens, you really, really think that I'm a charismatic woman and that I can never disappoint you. Oh gosh, I'm so afraid to press that button, but this is actually another episode that I didn't like that much. And I know, I'm so sorry. I know this is one of the most favorite episodes of so many people, and not only of the series, but of the show itself. I had so many comments of you telling me that this is something that I just cannot do. That it should be prohibited to rate this episode as not as good. I understand that, I really do. But I'm sorry, I can't do anything about it. And I really promised you guys that, because many of you have written that also in the comments, that if I do watch or rewatch this episode in 2 or 3 years from now, that I will like it more. And I promise you, you can also remind me in the comments in 2 years that I need to rewatch this episode, and I will do it if I remember it or if you remember me to do it. Because I want to give this episode another chance with fresh eyes. But from the first viewing, I am very sorry I did not like this episode very much. Okay, now that all of you hate me officially, let's go on to the actual episodes that are my favorite ones. And the first of my most favorite ones actually are 2 different episodes. They have nothing to do with each other. Actually, those are two-parters. One is Rise of the Cyberman and the Age of Steel, and the other is The Impossible Planet and Satan Pit. And oh my gosh, can you see the Satan? Also, I just now recognize that those are two monsters that I really think are very scary. But oh my gosh, look at the Satan one. Oh, that's pure art over there. It's so beautiful. Wow. I mean, Satan's not beautiful, but the picture is beautiful. And those two-parters are favorite episodes of mine. I really like them both. I really do. And I couldn't make up my mind about which one I do like more or less. I can't. It's impossible for me to decide. So I put both of them on the 5th place because I love them equally as much. On the 4th, there are also, because you see, there are also 2 episodes on the 4th place. And already you see, here are 4 episodes. And on the 4th place, there are going to be 2 episodes. Already there are 6 episodes on my favorite list. And the whole list of episodes that I didn't like was already much shorter. So the overall amount of episodes were great. But now, place number 4. The Christmas episode that you have seen last week, The Runaway Bride and Tooth and Claw. And with those 2 episodes, I couldn't decide which one was better or not. I love them equally, just as the other 2-parters. They are great, both of them. I enjoyed them so much. With the Christmas episode, I was laughing so much. And with the Tooth and Claw, it was just scary and tense and everything. And I love those episodes to bits. But they are not my most favorite ones. Now we get into the top 3 episodes. And on place number 3, we have, ta-da! Love and Monsters. And here is where our opinions will differ once more, because many of you, to my surprise, didn't like the episode very much. And I have no clue why. This episode is just great. I loved it from the start to the finish. I loved the characters. Okay, monster aside, we don't count that one. But this was a fresh, a fresh concept to the show. It was something very different to all of the other episodes. It was something surprising. It was so funny. I laughed so much. It just had everything. And this is one of my most favorite episodes of this series. And now, 2nd place, also 2 episodes. But they do belong together, actually. And that is the finale of the 2nd series, Army of Ghosts and Doomsday. And just looking at the picture makes me want to cry. Oh my gosh, why did I choose this picture? But you can see why this one is one of my favorite ones. Why this is on place number 2. Because it awakes so many emotions in me. It really did. It made me cry so much. And although it was not as good as the 2nd part of the 1st finale of the 1st series, when the Doctor changed. Because that one was a trauma for me. That hit differently. But this one was also so sad, and it was just great. And seeing those first 2 finales makes me have so much fear for the 3rd one. because I don't know what to expect. I kind of had the feeling with the second, I mean, duh, they told us that Rose would die, but after seeing the first finale, I thought that in the second finale, if they will kill a character like in every finale, I don't know yet if that is a thing for Doctor Who, don't tell me. But I thought, okay, in the first one, they like killed off the Doctor, so they cannot repeat that instantly in the second finale. And then they mentioned the death of Rose, and I was like, oh, okay, so she's gonna die now. But I don't know. I have no expectations for the third finale, and that actually frightens me so much. I'm very anxious about this, and I don't want to get there anytime soon. And luckily, there are lots of episodes between me and the third finale so that I can like recover from it. Because also this episode was a trauma for me. But the first one, like I just said, it hit very, very much like different. Like, I don't even want to talk about it. Okay. And now, some of you might wonder, I guess some of you already do know. Maybe you can tell me in the comments if you already do know what is first place, but don't cheat. But some of you may wonder why the finale is only on place number 2 and not on place number 1. But this place is something really special. This is not only the best episode of series number 2, but actually my most favorite episode of the whole show. I mean, like of the 2 series that I've seen for now, okay? And many of you already know what it is, right? Yeah. And you can already see that I put the 2 characters that made this episode on either side of the picture. The one that was my favorite character of the whole show, and oh my gosh, look at this face. I just, can't get enough of him. Okay. See why this is on first place. And then on the other side, I put your most beloved character of this episode and maybe of the second series on the right side of the picture, so that both of the, like the best of the best is combined in this first place. And also the doggy dog. Yeah, that episode, I love it. 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 And I don't even have to say so much about it because I have talked about it so much and why I love it and why this is the best of the best for me. So this is the end of my little presentation. I really hope you did like it. And I really hope it helped you understand where I do come from when I say I do like or don't like certain episodes of the second series. And that's also it for this video. We have talked about everything. We had a recap of the episodes. We talked about our channel, about the future of the channel. We talked about your questions. I answered all of them. And I hope this video doesn't get too long. How long am I recording for? I'm recording for 1 hour and 44 minutes already. Oh my gosh. So it is gonna be very long. But also there are many scenes that I can cut out. And I hope you liked this video, and I really hope you will go with me into the third series next week. There will be the first episode of them all. And if you are already curious for more episodes and you want to watch them right now on Patreon today, airs the episode number 4 of season number 3. We're always gonna be some episodes ahead on there, so if you want to check it out, the link is in the description down below. Also, the voting poll for this little guy, you can find it there, and I'm already curious what his name is going to be. Okay, so now I'm gonna end this video. I hope you had much fun with it, and leave some nice comments down there below. Don't spoil anything for the third or the future episodes, and you already know everything about the classic episodes and about what's going to happen on the channel in the future. Hope you're already excited for it. I'm gonna see you next Saturday with the first episode of the third season. And have a nice weekend. And I love you all. Till next Saturday. Bye.